matter. We're not really starting it. I'm priming it.
Okay.
Now go ahead and push that in and pull it out. Push her in. All right. Now see, it's got that little
the notch there.
notch on it. We go ahead and lock it up like that. Now we set the throttle just like 1/4 inch. Yell clear.
Clear.
There we go. Press the starter button. Yep, keep it down. And there she goes. She's a running.
Cool.
All right. Now we put a lot of fuel in them when we start them, so they run rough for a second.
Okay.
All right. Now we're gonna turn all the radios on. So this one here, this one here. Get rid of some of this wind. There you go. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and turn this radio on. So we can put our headsets on. All right. Good. All right. Everybody here?
Yep.
All right. The military, they'd make us sound off. So we're going to make sure the flaps are up. This is the flap switch right here. If you push it forward, it brings the flaps up. If we push it backwards, if you look right out your window, flaps go down.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do that when we land.
Okay.
All right, this is our trim tab. We set it in the middle on green.
Okay.
All right, our radios are up. We're going to listen to today's weather information.
High conditions below 2000 clear. Temperature 19 or 2.03. Altimeter is 29990. Visual approach runway 34 in use. Landing to party runway 34. Runway 34 left. Happy's out of service. Advise control contact. Evidence information X-ray.
All right, let's listen one more time.
Okay. Van Nuys Tower, information X-ray time 2359 Zulu. Wind 280 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky conditions below 2000 clear. Temperature 19 or 2.03. Altimeter is 29990. Visual approach runway 34 in use. Landing to party runway 34. Runway 34 left. Happy's out of service. Advise control contact. Evidence information X-ray.
All right, we got X-ray. So now I'm going to call Van Nuys ground control and get his permission to taxi.
Okay.
Van Nuys ground, Grumman 882 Fox, Rotor F X-ray for taxi.
Go ahead, 2 Fox, Van Nuys ground, good afternoon. Runway 34 left, taxi Alpha.
34 left, be Alpha, 82 Fox. All right, so we're good to go. I steer it on the ground with my feet.
Okay.
And we also have brakes on the top of these rudders, these rudder pedals. And in this particular type of airplane, we do a lot of brake work to get the thing to turn. We're just going to go straight ahead for a minute. This big black thing is nothing. Everybody thinks it's a TV screen or something. It's just a piece of plastic that's covering a hole.
Okay.
There used to be a piece of electronic equipment in there, but it wasn't really legal. So.
Looks like kind of like an iPad kind of setup.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Slide your iPad in there. There you go.
I don't think the sky's gonna have any Wi-Fi for you there.
You know, we use iPads a lot.
Really?
Yeah, we use Bluetooth GPS antennas with them.
Okay.
And they sell us software. So instead of that locator thing it's got in it that you use as the tri-telephone signal or whatever, yeah, they have an actual GPS antenna. So we have software that thing shows our position on the Earth, and the software follows it around and tells you exactly where you're at.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. This thing does the same thing, but it's just much smaller. It's a lot more expensive too. This one was $14,000. An iPad's what? 4 or 5? Yeah. So we're going to taxi all the way up to the end because we're taking off to the north today.
Okay.
And then we're just going to get us a right downward departure. We're going to go right over those hills down to the beach.
So you fly into the wind, or?
Yeah, you got to take off and land into the wind.
Okay.
Once you're going someplace, you have to just deal with the wind for what it is. But we always try to take off or land into the wind.
Okay.
Now, today the wind is really coming from over here, so we don't have a runway that accommodates that. So here in Van Nuys, they just get confused and just change runways for sport. So it doesn't make any difference. See how the flag's blowing?
Yeah.
I guess it's blowing a little bit out that way. It's blowing against this airplane pretty good. So do you guys live around here?
I actually live I just moved out to Pasadena.
All right.
I just graduated from school in San Diego.
All right.
I'm still in school in San Diego.
And you moved up here from San Diego?
Yeah, I'm a mechanical engineer. I just got a job out in Pasadena.
All right.
So flying's always been something kind of cool.
It goes right up the engineer's path. See these jets here? This is what I was talking about, guys. It's Sunday, so half of the jets are gone. But this airport houses more jets like that than any other airport.
These are all privately owned?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all privately owned.
You ever see any like celebrities come out to this?
Absolutely. Well, I work as a day pilot for a lot of these ships.
Okay.
And so I get trips here and there, and they're all owned by somebody important. And trust me, if you've got an ego big enough to write a $50 million check so that you don't have to stand in line at the airport. See this brown and tan thing over here? The really big one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Boeing 737.
Okay.
They sell a model of the Boeing 737 to private individuals.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those.
Whoa.
That plane flies around the world, usually with 2 or 3 people on board.
Wow. That's not very economical.
Costs about $11,000. To go to New York, it's about a $60,000 trip.
Man, that's a problem.
Yeah, no joke, right? That guy's a construction guy.
Okay.
Ron Tudor Saliba Construction.
Van Nuys ground, Sirius also try Delta Van Nuys ground, taxi Bob Hoover is via Alpha, get it.
Now I'm going to go around this jet because he's got to wait for his release, and I'm just going to go around him to the run-up area. And we're going to bring the engine up to running speed and just make sure everything's smooth.
Okay.
Alright, so let's go ahead and shut this like that. Alright, this is your throttle, bud. So go ahead, this is your tachometer.
Okay.
Bring that throttle into about 1700 for me. It's got 2 spark plugs per cylinder, so what we're going to do is shut off 1 spark plug at every cylinder, and then bring it back to life, and then shut the other spark plug on. Make sure it runs good on both systems.
Okay.
That's done with this key. So move it 1 click to the left. And we get a reduction in RPM because we just set the spark plugs off, so let's go back to both. And now 2 clicks to the left. Alright, both run good.
Okay.
Bring it 2 clicks to the right. Alright, and pull that back to about 1,000.
Jet 147, wind 2505, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff. Clear takeoff 34 left, Jet 1.
See, he's leaving now, so. And Van Nuys Tower, Grumman 882 Fox, we're holding short 34 left for a left downwind departure.
Grumman 882 Fox, Van Nuys Tower, roger, expect to go right after the citation.
82 Fox. Alright, so we can expect to go right after him, so we're just going to kind of pull out of the run-up area in case somebody else needs it. That jet right there is almost $20 million.
Whoa, wow. Is that what kind of jet?
That's a Cessna 10.
Okay.
And it almost flies at Mach 1.
Whoa.
So it's a real fast private jet. Flies at 0.87.
That's up there.
Yeah. Alright, so hey, when we get it out on the runway, we're going to go straight down the runway.
Okay.
When I let you know, full throttle, all the way in.
Professionally clear, Mr. Party, citation 10, wind 290 at 13, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff. Your left downwind departure approved out of 2,500 till south.
Out of below 25, south of the field, 82 Fox. Okay, so when the airspeed gets up into the green, you're going to just pull this back a couple inches and we'll lift us right off the ground, okay?
4.2, good day.
Departure Lee Tail for next.
So I'm going to follow this yellow line, and we're going to line up right down the middle of this runway. This is a very long runway,
Okay.
so we're in no real big shakes to get anything done. There we go, we're getting straightened out. All right, full power. Let that airspeed build up through the airspeed indicator. We're coming through 50 miles an hour. All right, let's roll that nose up a little bit. So pull the yoke back a couple of inches. There we go, we're flying. Just nose down just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Excellent. We're just going to fly straight out.
Okay. Whoa.
It's a little bumpy. Just roll it over to the left just a little bit. There we go. You're doing excellent.
You're drifting over the short run.
It's all those flight simulators.
Yeah, we'll correct to the left, 82 Fox. Oh, there we go. That's better. And we're going to climb up to about 1,600, 1,700 feet, and then we'll make a left-hand turn towards the beach.
Okay.
See, when you pick that nose up, the airspeed goes down.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of find a happy medium. All right, let's make a left-hand turn. There you go, excellent. Right about that angle's perfect. Then kind of follow this street.
Great 2 Fox. Traffic a mile west of the tower on patrol. Helicopter altitude indicates 1,300. Recycling the transponder, not receiving.
All right, we're recycling A2 Fox. All right, let's go ahead and make another left-hand turn.
Great 2 Fox. I have it now. 1,700 indicated. Thank you.
That says for A2 Fox, and we're headed to the southwest for Topanga. Is it okay if we go direct?
Over A2 Fox. Approved as requested.
All right, straight out that way. Wind got a hold of you there? All right, we're perfect. We'll follow this heading, which happens to be south.
Okay.
We're going to climb up to about 2,600 feet. We'll level off there. And we'll buzz through Topanga Canyon. Anyways, you're new to the area. This is the lovely valley.
Yeah, definitely. I'm assuming this is the part they refer to as the valley?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
It's about 115 in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice.
I'm from the Imperial Valley, which is Southern California.
Oh, down like, down by Raleigh and
Yeah.
Imperial and...
Oh, it gets up there in the summer, too.
My sister lives down there.
Okay.
Yeah. Her husband's a chiropractor, and they moved down there about 10 years ago.
Oh, nice.
She hates it. She says it's 120 degrees and smells like cow shit all the time.
That's an
I'm like-
understatement.
I'm like, well, you know, what do you want? You live in this farm country.
Yeah.
All right, let's start leveling out a little bit. Just start lowering your nose. There you go. We're going to go a little bit more to the right. Yeah, there you go. Good. Just like that for a little bit. And we'll try to keep our nose down enough so that we don't climb anymore. We do that by pushing it forward a little bit. And my guess is it's going to take something like that.
Okay.
All right, and this trim wheel I was showing you earlier, we're going to go ahead and relieve some of this back pressure that we have on it. And then she'll kind of smooth out for us a little bit. And as our speed goes up, it might want to climb a little bit.
2 Fox. No observed traffic in the West Valley. Previous change approved. SoCal on 134.2. Good day.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We're just on a tour for A2 Fox. All right. So, there we go. Just like that. That's the Irvine Reservoir. What do they call that? Encino Reservoir.
Okay.
Not Irvine. Sorry about that. The 101 freeway. We're coming up. We're going to cross that in a second.
Okay. A little hazy out there today.
Yeah, a little bit. We got some clouds. The moisture's moving away. It's supposed to heat up next week. All right, let's watch ourselves. We gotta. There you go, and right into there. So it looks like we're gonna fly right into that hill, but we're gonna actually turn down the canyon before it.
Okay.
All right. All right. Our camera's on. We're cooking. And now we're cooking along at about 125 miles an hour because we're coming up on 120 knots. So maybe 130 miles an hour. All right, let's watch our altitude a little bit because we're not quite out of Burbank's airspace.
Okay.
It overlies everything here, so we're going to stay down below 3,000 feet till we're on the other side of this mountain. Hill,
they call
whatever.
it a hard ceiling, or?
It's well, that's actually the floor of their Class Charlie ring.
I grew up watching the Blue Angels fly out in the Imperial Valley.
Okay, yeah, they would have more like a hard deck,
Okay.
which means altitude you can't go below.
Okay.
Yeah, right, that's where those guys used to practice.
They train about 4 or 5 months out of the year.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, they actually just, I guess the government kind of cut that.
Laxed up on that?
Yeah, and they actually just finished up an air show back in March.
Okay, good. Yeah, because they stopped. They claimed they were going to stop their training for a while. And I'm like, well, that's crazy.
Yeah. Those are some amazing pilots, though, just watching
Oh, yeah.
these guys. Yeah.
You know, you got to be invited to fly for them. Just because you're an Air Force pilot doesn't mean you get your name thrown in a hat. They come looking for you. Let's turn left about 10 degrees, so just roll her left. There you go. Excellent. Yeah, I've been in and out of that airport down there in Imperial County a bunch of times.
Okay. It's a smaller airport, I believe, right?
It's actually kind of big, but it doesn't have hardly any traffic into it. It's got big, long runways. You know, there's a lot of surface area, but nobody uses it. I guess it must have been big back in the war or something.
Back in the heydays.
Yeah. You see that canyon right down there, buddy?
Yeah.
We're going to go right down that canyon.
Sounds good.
So we'll just make a left and fly kind of right down the center of it.
Okay.
And we'll descend down to about 2,000 feet. So after the turn, we're going to pull our power back just a little bit.
Got it.
All right, now off to the left, you're looking at Catalina Island.
Okay.
Palos Verdes is down there. All right, let's go make that left. Downtown LA, we'll see later. That's LAX down that way. All right, so I'm going to just pull slightly back on the power. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and get Santa Monica Tower in here because they're going to want to talk to us. And I think I'm going to do something here too. 2, 3. 2, bang that. Yeah, White Blue Grumman, southbound through Topanga Canyon out of 3,000, left turn at the shore.
Do the thermals from these mountains ever adjust?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Santa Monica Tower, Grumman 882 Foxtrot, Topanga and the shoreline for an eastbound, then a turn to Van Nuys.
Grumman 882 Foxtrot, Santa Monica Tower, transition approved, Santa Monica Altimeter 298901, ident.
We'll ident and we're descending out of 3,000, 82 Fox. So basically I just sent them an ident, so it flashes.
Foxtrot, ident there, thank you.
82 Fox.
Cessna 0 Hotel Charlie, runway 21 clear to land.
Right, 21, we're going to extend out past the freeway 0 Charlie. Woohoo! That's your thermal you were asking about.
There it is, huh? That's what all the
That's a thermal with an onshore. Let's go ahead and make a left. But yeah, that's what the wind changing direction and speed feels like.
Please helicopter 16 is coming up to the jetty, descending out of 2,000, continue southbound, and we can overfly your field at 900 midfield if that works out, work your south side. 316 approved, Santa Monica Altimeter
That's the Getty Villa right out underneath that wing.
Oh.
we'll keep on descending down to about 2,000. So just keep that nose down a little bit like that. There you go. LAX right out in front of us. The big open area. Marina Del Rey's right before it. Downtown LA's out there. UCLA's right there.
Great view from out here.
Yeah.
Hotel Charlie, Hotel Charlie, Roger. Wind 260 at 21. Thank you.
So go ahead and make a left turn. Big sharp one hit for the Getty Center. There you go. This is where OJ got his head cut off. Oh, I mean his wife. Sorry.
That's where the Bronco took its maiden voice there.
Right. Now this is good. We'll go straight ahead right here.
Okay.
If you guys play golf at all, this is Riviera Country Club. Brentwood Country Club's up there a little bit. And then they have the LA Country Club around here someplace too. I think we're right over it.
Some big houses right below us.
Oh yeah. This is where the real cheesecake lives, right down here. Schwarzenegger lives in these hills someplace.
Oh. The Hollywood Hills are
straight ahead.
Tower, train at 148.
Oh, we got a TFR over there, so we can't even go near there.
Through your airspace along the shoreline over towards Malvin.
Centurion 148.
Let's go ahead and turn towards the building.
148.
That's the Getty Center.
8 Juliet Mike, Roger, 8 tagged up on here. Your transition is approved, Santa Monica altimeter 29901.
29901, 8 Juliet Mike. Any restriction on altitude?
Nope.
Alright, we're starting to set down.
And that's UCLA right off to our right. The Veterans Center, the Veterans Hospital actually is right down there. And they got all that airspace closed down because of the baseball game.
Okay.
Hey, Juliet Mike, you can scope 0251 now.
0251.
And Santa Monica 82 Fox at the Getty Center for frequency change.
82 Fox, frequency change approved, have a nice day.
Thanks a lot.
Ending the party runway 34. Runway 34 left, Happy's out of service. Advise control contact, give it information X-ray.
Turn towards that way, that's our airport way off in the distance.
Van Nuys Tower, information X-ray time 2359 Zulu, wind 280 at 8, visibility 10, sky conditions below 12.
Van Nuys Tower, Grumman 882 Foxtrot, Getty Center Foxtrot, or excuse me, X-ray.
Grumman 882 Foxtrot, Van Nuys Tower, X-ray, runway 34 left, Fox 0252.
0252 for 82 Fox. Alright, we just keep on, let's descend down a little bit, down to about 25, and turn to the left just a little bit. Still off 10 miles, but if we start correcting. And this is Beverly Hills out here on the right. This is Mountain Gate. Maybe someday they'll give you this project. This used to be a dump, cemetery landfill.
Looks a lot better now.
Yeah. Turn to the left a little bit more. We kind of want to be on the other side of that freeway.
Okay.
There you go.
Van Nuys Tower, here is 210, Echo holding short 34 left, southbound departure.
There's 21 Zulu Echo, Van Nuys Tower, wind 290 at 11, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff. Left downwind departure approved, out below 2,500 to north of the, correction, south of the airport.
So let's descend down a little bit.
34 left, clear for takeoff.
Because now we're coming up, now we're in positive controlled airspace.
The airport, what's the Echo?
From an 82 Foxtrot, runway 34 left, clear to land.
to land, A2 Fox. Alrighty, so we've been cleared to land. So we're going to pull back our power just a little bit. So take this and pull it back down to 20 for me, would you? There you go. We're still looking pretty good, in case you were wondering.
Okay. Thank you. Want to stay at around 25 still? Or?
No, we're going to descend at 500 feet a minute, so another gauge has become our primary gauge. I'm going to take just a little bit more out of this. Remember this button I was telling you about the flaps?
Yeah.
Let's push that back and hold it back for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, let go. See how it pops the nose up?
Yeah.
Push that bad boy down. Keep it going down. There you go, just like that.
Okay.
All right? Now this is a pretty good pitch angle, because we're going to land on that runway. We're slowing down, okay? And we're still looking good. All right? So,
November 1 Zulu Echo for helicopter traffic. Continue up.
I'm going to take just a skosh more power out. And why don't you go ahead and press that back for another 3 seconds. And remember, it's going to push that nose up. And you just keep it down, looking the same as it was before. All right, just like that.
A2 Foxtrot, wind 270 at 12.17.
Thanks for the wind, A2 Fox. I was going to make a smart-ass remark about him, but we're going to keep it professional today. That means it's blowing straight across the runway. That's the only reason he told me about it. Alright, so now we're looking a little high. So let's push this nose down just a little bit more. There you go, just like that. And we'll get just a little bit more descent going. Alright? And we're still pretty high right here. We're 1,000 feet above the ground. Well, actually, we're 1,000 feet above the ground. So we got to get rid of all that 1,000 feet by the time we get to that runway, and we got to get rid of some of this airspeed. All right. So I'm just going to take a little bit more power out. Now I'm going to work with you on this. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to just basically letting it settle down. We're keeping some airspeed because we got some strong winds.
Yeah.
And we're still looking great. Nothing wrong with this. And we just keep it going. Now we may find ourselves where we're going to put some of this power back in because the wind is coming this way. We're actually taking longer to get there than it seems like. But we're not out of whack yet, so we'll just keep it going like this. A little bit more out. We're just going to keep this airspeed right like this. And it's okay if we land long anyway, because we're parked all the way down at the end. I don't hear anybody else asking to land, so it's really probably not a problem. We just see how we kept that same angle the whole way?
Yeah.
We just keep that going on. That keeps us at the speed of 70. Now, everybody starts to get a little edgy when we get down here because we're getting close to doing something. We're going to take some more power out. And some more power. Then we're going to pick that nose up. Oop, 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 oop. Not that much. Now, pick it up a little more. All right, good. Pick it up a little more. Ooh. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. Good job.
That was a stressful part.
Yeah. Everybody gets a little tightened up there. And we're going to get off right down here. Good job, though.
Thank you.
We only had one bounce.
That was all like going a little bit that way. And
You're a strong guy, too, man. Ground point 7. Ground point 7, thanks, A2 Fox. And we'll get off here at hotel. Actually, hey, can we go by hotel and get golf?
A2 Foxtrot, affirmative. You can continue all the way down to the end if you'd like.
We'll do that, A2 Fox, thanks.
So is this a plane that's like a little bit more forgiving and made to...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do something like that in a really big plane. But these small ones, they got like springs on the wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it makes it so we can learn how to fly in them.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Southwest Airlines do anything like that back then.
We stick those on the ground hard. You don't want them bouncing. That's all the passengers can talk about for like a month. That's right. Human nature. Like I tell my students, you can make 1,000 great landings, so one they'll talk about is that one where they scared.
So what does it take to get a pilot's license?
Well, the minimum is 40 hours of flight experience, 20 of it with an instructor.
Wow.
So it's about, it's a little bit of money. Costs you $5,000 or $6,000, $7,000, but I've had my pilot's license since I was 16.
Echo, no observed traffic next 4 miles. Freeze change approved. Well, Echo, thank you. See ya.
And I've had great times with the airplane. Van Nuys ground, Grumman 882 Fox. We're off at, I believe we're off at Golf. No, we're off at Delta for rotor effects.
Crazy Fox, ground contact. So parking, good day.
Thanks, 82 Fox.
Know the flight control guys personally? Have you met them?
Yeah. I've been flying here since I moved here. I moved here in '80 to go to work for TRW out of school, and I started flying here when I got here. I've been flying here ever since. So I've seen a bunch of them come and go. There was one guy that was here. He was here when I got here. He retired about 5 years ago, and they had a big giant party for him with the fire trucks all blowing their hoses.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty cool. But yeah, it's a small community. People that are in aviation, the people that fix them, the people that fly them, the people that sell them, the people that control them. Right here. All right, so to stop it, we turn all the radios off. So this button, counterclockwise. This button, counterclockwise. And then this button, just press off. You gotta press, I think you gotta hold it for a minute. There you go. All right, then pull the mixture out, starboard for fuel.